Hi, I'm Roger, a regular guy with a hotline to spirit. And today I'm going to talk to you about the significance of injuries and illnesses and how you can talk to the illness, the injury, or the disease and receive the information it has come to bring. See you in a bit.
Gande ho, gai he hayon daya ho, gai daya ho. Ha.
So injuries and illnesses, first and foremost, are our signs, our directionals in living. They are learning devices that should not be ignored. That's the truth. They're not just happening. They're not a regular thing. They're not anything casual. They come in to get our attention, our focus, not just a little bit, not to balance them into our living plan, but to rearrange how we are living and what we are being around them. They are an injury or an illness, first and foremost, is communication. And it's communicating to us something we're not getting that we need to get. And they're often, if not, they're always are pointing to us in how we are living our life, how far we are from our soul design and how close we are living from it. Why is that important? Because if you are not in alignment, meaning if you are not living from your soul expression of what you are, said another way, if you are not occupying and living from your joy, your passion, you're going to have an injury or an illness, because the injury or the illness is to get your attention, to say you're out of harmony. What is harmony? It's living in joy. It's living from what you, not just what you love to do, but what is you, your authentic expression of being. You know, in one of the books I have, it says the law of disease. The first law of disease is, the first cause of disease, the cause of disease is inhibited soul life. So an injury, an illness, is your systems having a meeting with you. You're taking a meeting. The other important thing about illnesses and injuries is when someone is having one, you're being called, we are being called to the learning as well. In other words, it's a shared expression of life calling us to learn. It's like when I teach a workshop, a healing modality. It could be anyone, and I have healers come in, and I always say to them, first and foremost, don't be looking at your client or thinking about your client as if, poor them, they're down there with whoever you think is down there. No, they are having a divine experience, and they're calling you to be present because there's something in you that is in correspondence to what they need to learn. The law of correspondence. What we vibrate brings in like, only like and no like. So if the healer's there and the person who is there for the healing, who really needs to receive something? Both. So when you have an injury or an illness, I want you to ask yourself certain questions. And it really requires muscle, because either or, an illness or an injury, you're in pain and a lot is upon you. And I so respect you and what you're going through. But you can do this. And we're going to do it together. I want you to ask yourself this question. What is this revealing to me, whatever the injury is? And different locations on the body give us information. So what is the information that this injury is affording me to see, to look at, to know about how I am living my life, where I'm living my life, and what changes I need to make? Because an injury or an illness is requiring you to change, not just a little bit, at a minimum 180 degrees change. for you to heal. Why? It's not a mandate. It's just that the way you've been living your life has brought you to the injury, and the injury to you. You are out of harmony. So if you think you can live your life the same way, which is out of harmony, and no longer have that injury or that disease or that illness, that's not going to happen, because it's how you were living your life, or actually not living your life, that brought in that experience. So for that reason, you need to make certain changes. How do you know what those changes are? Well, what is the information that injury, that illness, is gifting you about you and how you're doing this thing we call life? Let me be really clear here. You are not powerless or helpless or hopeless. An illness, an injury, a disease is calling you back to your power, because you are powerful. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. It is nothing else. So any other take on it is off and wrong, and you'd be going in the wrong direction, big time. You are powerful. That is why you're having the illness, the disease, or the injury. It is calling you back to yourself. Take that call. Act on it. You got this. You can do this. I find people with illnesses or injuries or diseases are incredibly strong, courageous actually. Most of us wouldn't know what to do in those experiences, those situations. Yet we marvel at anyone with an illness or a disease, because they are not only shifting the soul expression that they are, they're shifting everyone around them. It's a far-reaching web. It's an amazing moment in living that you, if you have an illness or a disease or an injury, that you bring into this dimension. And you're calling everyone to sit up and take note, pay attention. There's been a change of command, and it's starting within me. That's what's going on. It is a very powerful moment. I remember working with this gentleman who had AIDS, and he said, this injury. I said, excuse me? He said, well, I see it as an injury, but it's not going to stop me from living my life. I said, okay, just still. And he said, everyone calls it a disease, but this, whatever you want to call it, has helped me live my life more. I wasn't living it before. I was off. And almost every single person I've ever worked with an injury or a disease has said exactly the same thing, that the injury or the disease, the illness, was a gift. And not just in discovering how precious life is, but how precious they are and how they want to do it differently. And then in doing it differently, taking that information and putting it, taking action with it, they started to heal. You're the most powerful person in your healing. So what you want to ask yourself is, what is this injury or illness gifting me, bringing something? What is it that it's bringing me to learn that I don't know yet? It's very important. We have a lot of know-it-alls out there. They feel like they already know it. No. Otherwise you wouldn't have the injury. You're having a specific interruption for you to get a specific chunk of learning, of information in how to live. What is it gifting you? What is it communicating to you that you need to get here and now? How do you access that information? I'm going to give you a simple technique that you can do that right now. And you do it, and it works. If you need to do it, if it takes you 1 day or 40 days, you just do it every day until you get information. You might get it a big chunk or in drips and drabs, but you will get information that you need to get, that this injury brings. So bring your awareness, just close your eyes, and just bring your awareness to the middle of your chest. Why do we do that? Because it raises your vibration. We want to access information at a higher level of vibration. So we bring your awareness to the middle of your chest, close your eyes, and see a beautiful light in the middle of your chest. And let it fill you. Let it completely fill your inner vision. And just be there. Know that you are perfect. You are complete. You are the gifted one. And you can be in there for as long as you might need. It might be a minute, it might be 20 minutes. Pose the question, what is this injury or illness, disease, here to teach me? What is it that I need to get? And you take that information and you will get an answer. You have to. Your system is always giving you information, always giving us information. We are doing the most important thing right here. From a place of power, you are having a dialogue with the entirety of your being. And you take that information in. And you might need to do it once, you might need to do it 20 times, 40 times, and you will get more and more information. It's an incredible exercise for healing and for living, and that's what this is about. The information might come as images, something you might hear, something you might see in your everyday life, or a thought, or conclusive thought. It can happen endless ways, all different kinds of ways. But you'll know. You shall know the truth, and it will make you free. And you can open yourself up to living the life you came here to live. And by living it, we've received so much. Because the wisdom of your being, your soul, is saying, hey, stop the bus. We need to get this, and we need to get it now. Injuries and illnesses are learning devices not to be ignored. They're wonderful opportunities in redirecting one's life. And that's what I want you to get. So you do that simple little focus meditation and receive that information, and you run with it. You do not ignore it. You give that your life force energy, and it will give you back your healing. What is healing? It's movement into wholeness. It's movement into alignment, into the soul expression that you are. Thank you so much. If you like the video, subscribe, ring the bell so you know that when the next video comes up to be released, and give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Much joy, much love to you.